everyone, I'm Josh.
I'm Che.
And I'm Abe.
And today we're going to be reviewing Black Panther.
Black Panther. Must feel good. Sitting here comfortable. What do you want? Your secrets. Your weapons. I'ma burn it all. This ends today. You need a hero. Black Panther. You need a hero. Rated PG-13.
Okay, so the biggest thing is pretty much this is a giant country that used to be made up of different kingdoms that they reunited thousands of years ago, pretty much.
And it's basically a whole country that keeps itself hidden from the rest of the world.
Isn't it built on? It's built on a mineral.
Yeah. Mainly because, and the reason they keep themselves hidden because they're worried about people finding out about their technological advances. And
Right. And basically, what happens is there's a ceremony where a new king is summoned.
Mm-hmm.
They get into a fight, and one guy
challenges him.
Yeah.
Basically, which is our main villain, Killmonger.
Yeah. And then he's sort of like the third guy, the third main character, so to speak.
Yeah.
But the second guy does challenge him, and that was Killmonger.
Yeah, Killmonger.
But he lost. To T'Challa.
Well, no, actually, T'Challa lost due to. So basically, Killmonger ends up being T'Challa. I think. Am I pronouncing that right? I don't know. But they end up he ends up losing to Killmonger, and basically is, I guess, banished. I guess.
Yeah. And
basically, Killmonger becomes the new king.
Yeah.
And essentially, the story is basically like the story of the Lion King. Essentially, it's basically
there are some similarities.
It's basically the MCU's version of the Lion King. Let's just say that. Although I would say it's a better version of the Lion King than the new one that just came out.
Yeah.
That one, if you haven't seen my review of that, go check it out. I'll post it in the link in the description. But, so yeah, it's basically the MCU's take on the Lion King in a lot of ways. There's a lot of similarities between the two, except it's not a musical.
No.
Then again, neither was a new one, and you guys probably saw how that turned out.
Aside from that, it's kind of just that journey.
Yeah, and I did really like the character Black Panther for the most part. Although I felt like it could have been developed a little bit more. I think, honestly, the side characters kind of took the spotlight.
I mean, at points, yeah, they did. Definitely.
Yeah, and I felt like it should have been so much more focused on T'Challa, Black Panther, he should have been the main focus throughout a whole lot of things, to really flesh out his character way more. He's definitely more fleshed out than when he first appeared in Captain America Civil War, that's for sure. But I would have really liked to see much more of him as a character than what they showed us.
I mean, I thought at least with the side characters, you got to kind of know them a little more.
Yeah, and I did like the side characters, so. There were points where it did become emotional. I did got emotionally invested into the story, so. Which is something, is difficult for films to pull off. I will say that. I, myself, as a filmmaker, know it's difficult to do that. And, yeah, I really liked it. I even liked the way Wakanda looked, the whole place, really.
The city, yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, that looked really cool. Yeah, I really liked this. It was visually interesting, actually, especially in those kind of, weird trippy scenes,
Oh, yeah.
Where it was, in another world or something like that. I don't know what the fuck was going on with that.
I think that was...
Yeah.
Probably their shield. I know they
Or maybe they were all on meth. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe what they end up breathing for stuff like that was meth. And that's why they were seeing all
Well,
That's my explanation.
who knows?
But yeah, overall I really liked it. It was visually interesting. The effects for the most part were okay. I think the effects could have been slightly better. The stuff with the city is pretty good. In fact, honestly, I think that's where they spent most of their money, is trying to create the city in that and making that look good.
Oh, probably a good portion of it.
Yeah, I think that's where a good portion of their budget went to. There's other stuff, like there's a fight scene between Killmonger and Black Panther.
Yeah.
On kind of like a railroad thing in Wakanda, if you remember that.
Yeah, it was in their mind.
Yeah, like, and that kind of looked a bit, as far as the effects go. To me, it looked like something you would see on a PS3 video game, a bit.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was also the lighting.
Maybe it was just the environment in general, you know, like, cause...
It's a mine, it's not like...
Yeah, I mean, imagine this. Imagine if they, like, their last fight sequence was in that kind of, like, weird kind of dreamscape world they go into. That's, like, was full color in that. That could have been cool. Would you say?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it looked pretty cool.
Yeah, that could have been a pretty good place for them to fight at the end.
Possibly.
And it could have delved more into, you know, characters for both of them. I thought Killmonger was a pretty well-developed villain, actually.
Yeah, he really was. He really...
I mean, you could, it's to the point where you actually did felt sorry for him, you know? And you could kind of, sort of agree where he's going with it. But you just don't agree with the way he's going about it, you know? Which in that aspect is how he's made, like, basically, like, here's the thing. When it comes to, you know, sympathetic villains and that, you have to make it to the point, like, where you do feel sorry for them, you do start to agree on what they're saying, but at the same time, the way they go about achieving that thing, and how they're going to handle it, is to the point where you kind of draw the line and say, no, I do not agree with that, you know? So, that's basically, like, a sympathetic villain, basically. It's like, you get where they're coming from, you feel sorry for them, you kind of agree with some of their viewpoints and that, but the way they handle it and the way they try to achieve it and that is not okay.
Yeah.
So.
But also, I think he really, it was probably all, the way his experiences, he thought he was.
Yeah, doing the right thing.
Kind of, at least, I don't know.
Yeah, and that's the case with these types of characters. Like, villains always feel like they're doing the right thing, you know? When, in actuality, they're not, so.
So maybe they're not.
So that's, like, that's why they're considered villains.
Mm-hmm.
It was one of the aspects, even with sympathetic villains like Killmonger or Thanos and all of them. It's like, you get where they're coming from. You sympathize with them, like, you feel sorry for them. You kind of start to agree with what they're saying, but at the same time, it's like, is that really the best way to go about it?
Well, for Thanos,
where do you draw the line with morality on that?
Yeah, well, at least for Thanos, he didn't really make much sense to me, as far as his ideals, as I can.
I mean, I kind of got it, actually, with Thanos. I kind of got it a bit.
But, like, he wanted to make it...
Well, because it's like due to overpopulation and all that stuff, you know. Therefore, they're bringing stuff like drought, you know, just a lot of different things, you know, that goes wrong with that. And that's something we're kind of dealing with in general now these days. It's just overpopulation, you know, and yeah. So I kind of get where Thanos was going, but the way he went about it, I did not agree, you know. So, and that's what makes, these sympathetic villains still villains, you know? It's like, if you even so much as agree, if they had it to where you agreed with even the way they do it, then they wouldn't necessarily be considered villains at all. So, and I think you could do sympathetic villains really well. I honestly thought, for example, an old example of a sympathetic comic book villain, that's Dr. Octopus and Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2. I thought that was a really good example. So, at least from the past, with past sympathetic villains. So,
at least in the Marvel universe,
yeah,
they try to give them some relatable.
Yeah, like they tried to make them human, which I mean, that's the one thing we seem to forget is that all of us are human. I would say the only thing I didn't like, one of the things I didn't like about was technical stuff. You know, like sometimes some scenes were shot pretty darkly lit to the point where you couldn't see. In fact, we had to change the brightness on my TV actually to just see what was going on.
I think T'Challa, to me at least, also on his journey thing, he learns how to what he's kind of looking to put the direction his country.
Like basically, like, you know,
he wants it to be like
he just wants to be a good king, you know.
Yeah.
And do what's best for his people. And that's basically what he was trying to find within himself. So.
Yeah.
So.
And opening the country up to the rest of the world.
Yeah, which is what they do.
Yeah.
At the end of it. So.
I think that's about it.
Yeah, I think that's about it. So that's it for this review. This has been Abe, which is no longer here. He had to leave. In fact, here's the clip of him saying he had to leave.
So, what do you guys think about this movie?
I liked it, actually.
Yeah, pretty good. I'd give it a good 9 out of 10.
I give it probably an 8 out of 10. I thought it was a really good movie, though.
Yeah.
I personally would give it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. It was really good. We did have some problems with it, but overall, it was a really good movie. I'm honestly looking forward to see what they would do with Black Panther 2.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, not trying to be mean, you guys, but that's all the time I have. I'll see you around.
See ya.
Later, brah.
Yeah.
And I'm Joshua.
I'm Che.
And thank you guys so much for checking out this review. And in fact, before we go, this is going to be one of Che's last reviews for quite some time. He's heading off to college, and so I guess wish him good luck.
And it was fun.
Yeah.
Doing these.
Yeah.
But do more.
Thank you, and thank you guys for watching, and see you next time.